Hi everyone, welcome back to Kidding Around. My name is Melanie Smith and I am so happy that you are here with me today for another Wanderlust Wednesday. Today we will be traveling to the country of Sierra Leone and we'll also be talking about an animal that you find throughout the country, the hippo. Before we do that though, if you like what you're seeing here and want to follow along with all of Kidding Around's videos, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, below each video while you're there, click the thumbs up. And of course, if you really like what you're doing here, please share us with your friends. Thank you very much. Okay, are you ready? Is your suitcase packed? All right, well, let's hop on that plane and we will fly to Sierra Leone. The country of Sierra Leone is on the southwest coast of Africa. You can see that the Atlantic Ocean is on its west coast, and the other three sides of the country are bordered by other countries in Africa. If you were to travel there, you would definitely hear English. English is the official language, and it is spoken in the government and in the public schools. However, you would also hear the language of Creole. That's the most widely spoken language in the country, and it is spoken by 90 to 98% of the population. Sierra Leone is known for its rich soil. Diamonds, titanium, bauxite, and gold are all mined in the country. If you were to eat in the country, you would most definitely be eating rice. Rice is served at every meal, and the locals eat it plain, but they also mix it up quite a bit and put different flavorings and sauces on it as well. In addition to rice, you would find great fruits and vegetables. If you were walking down the street, stores would be selling things like mangoes, oranges, pineapples, fried plantains, fried potatoes. You would also be able to buy popcorn, peanuts, roasted corn, and skewers of grilled meat and shrimp. It sounds like a yummy place to travel to. If you were interested in some recreation in Sierra Leone, you would find lots of football or American soccer. It seems like it is played or followed by almost everyone in the country. You might also play or see some cricket, and you might also find a game of basketball, tennis, or floorball as well. Those last three aren't as common as football and cricket, but they definitely are played, and there are followings there too. All right, so let's leave the populated areas of Sierra Leone and let's head into the forest. Of course, going into the forest, you expect to find many different animals, and chances are, at least if you're lucky, that if you go into the forest of Sierra Leone about dusk and hang out close to a river, you might find a pygmy hippo. So a pygmy hippo looks very similar to its cousin, the common hippo. It's shaped quite similarly, but is a lot smaller than its cousin, the common hippo. It's about half the height and weighs only about a quarter of what the common hippo does. The pygmy hippo is a nocturnal animal, which means that it's active in the evenings and overnight. In fact, for the most part during the day, the pygmy hippos just hang out in the river, almost completely covered, sleeping the day away. They're also herbivores, which means that they eat plants, so they eat grasses and leaves, but they wouldn't be eating other animals. They're known as semi-aquatic, which means that they need water to live. They don't live in the water, but they're very happy in the water. The pygmy hippo, the smaller hippo, is a little bit less aquatic than the common hippo. It lives a little bit more on the land than the common hippo does, but it still needs to live close to water because the pygmy hippo's skin needs to stay wet. The pygmy hippo also depends on water to keep it cool because pygmy hippos do not have any sweat glands. And though I've been focusing on the pygmy hippo, if you were to travel to Sierra Leone, you'd also be very likely to see its cousin, the common hippo. Clearly, if you are a hippo lover, you should travel to Sierra Leone because you will be able to see different types there in the same place. So in order to honor the hippo, we are going to make our own hippo craft today with fun teeth. To do this, you will need a few supplies. You will need 2 large pieces of construction paper. If you don't have this large construction paper, you can tape two pieces of regular size construction paper side by side and get the same size. You will also need some white glue. You will need some mini marshmallows. You will need a smaller piece of different colored paper. This will become our hippo's tongue. This is actually origami paper. You can use construction paper or copy paper, whatever works. And then you will need some scissors, a pencil, and a marker. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that I am going to do is I am going to draw my hippo. So I have a template below this video if you would like to print that out and use it, or you can just freehand it. I think I'm going to freehand it. So I'm going to draw a circle down here at the bottom, and then I am going to draw something kind of like a rectangle for the top of the hippo face, but I'm then going to add some ears to it. So I'll draw kind of like a football shape. And then I'm going to do, what is this, probably a half a circle. And then I'm going to draw one more football shape, just like that. And then I am going to cut both pieces of paper out at the same time. So I have one page right on top of the other. And then I am just going to go ahead and cut my hippo shape out. Have you seen the hippos at the Cincinnati Zoo? Those hippos, I started watching them right back at the beginning of the COVID outbreak because the Cincinnati Zoo really features their two hippos, and they were very nice to share them with people all over the world by videoing them and talking about them. One of their hippos' names is Bibi, and she had a baby named Fiona, and Fiona really truly is the star of the show. She was born a little early, about 6 weeks early, and the zoo nursed her to health, and now she is the star of the zoo. Below this video, I'm going to post a video of her riding around on her mom's back, and then she just swims off. It's a very, very cute video, so make sure to look for that. Okay, so now I have my hippo shape, but it doesn't have any features yet. So we are going to be adding the teeth and the tongue and of course the eyes and the nostrils, because all hippos need those things, right? So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to draw the eyes first. So you can draw them however you want. I think I'll probably stick to the shape and type of eye that I used on my sample. You know, one difference between pygmy hippos and common hippos is that the eye sockets and the nostrils of the pygmy hippos are smaller than the eye sockets and the nostrils of the common hippos. And that makes great sense because the pygmy hippos don't spend as much time in the deep, deep water, so they don't need to be able to gasp as much air, and they also don't have as much need to be able to see as well underwater. That's an interesting thing. And I think I'm going to actually change the nostrils up a little bit. I am going to do two nostrils kind of like that. You can do them however you want. You can look at some pictures of hippos and decide how you want your hippo's nostrils to look. Gosh, that's a funny sentence, isn't it? Okay, so once you have your features drawn, then you get to add the mouth. And this is the really fun part. So you can just fold back your top piece of paper kind of where the shape changes. So you see I fold it kind of between the circle and the rectangle there. And I'm just going to fold that back for now. And then I am going to start making the tongue and the teeth. So the tongue, I am going to just take my paper and draw kind of a flattened U, and then I will cut that out. There's also a template for the tongue below this video as well, but you can see it's not that hard just to draw on your own. Okay, so I've got my U, and then I'm going to glue it on. So I'll take just a little bit of white glue. This will not take a lot of glue. I'll just go around the outside. And then I am going to glue it right here where the shape changes again. So right where the rectangle meets the circle, that's where I am going to glue my tongue. And then the really fun part, I'm going to glue my marshmallows in as teeth. So this you get to do however you want. You just put some glue on the bottom of the marshmallow and then start sticking. And you get to decide how many teeth your hippo has. You know, I didn't put these teeth on the top of the mouth of my sample hippo, but my guess is that they have teeth both on the top and the bottom of their mouths, so you can do it however you want. You get to decide. Another interesting thing that I found out about hippos is that both pygmy hippos and common hippos secrete like a type of liquid. It's referred to as blood sweat, and it's kind of a pinkish liquid that comes out of their skin. And they do that. It's not blood or sweat, even though it's referred to as blood sweat, but that secretion is an antiseptic, so it helps them if they get a cut. It keeps that clean, and it also acts as a sunscreen, which obviously hippos need, knowing that they live close to the equator with a lot of sun, right? Another thing that I found out is that hippos have the largest mouths of all land mammals. So it's kind of funny that we are focusing on the mouth right now. They are also thought to be a relative or have a common ancestor as whales do. So that's an interesting thing. And when they go beneath the surface of the water, they can usually stay under for about 3 to 5 minutes before they need to come up for air. How would that be if you didn't need to breathe for 3 to 5 minutes? Wouldn't that be fun? Think of all of the things you could do. You could swim so far, right? Okay, well, I think my hippo is pretty well finished with its mouth, at least. So now I am going to go ahead and just glue the top of the head to the bottom of the head. I'm just going to use some white glue to do this. Of course, you could use a glue stick if you would prefer. The white glue will be the best on the marshmallows, but if you would like to glue stick on the paper, that would work very well. So now I'm just going to lay over the top, lay the top over the bottom, and there we go. I will wait for this to dry for probably 15 to 20 minutes before I pick it up. But you can see what a fun mouth, what a fun hippo you have just made. Well, thank you so much for traveling with me to Sierra Leone. I would love to see pictures of your hippos. You'll have to tell me when you share those if it's a pygmy hippo or if it's a common hippo. And of course, make sure to check out the link below posted to the Cincinnati Zoo of Fiona and her mom, Bibi. I'm so glad that we could travel together. I very much look forward to seeing you again on Friday when we will be talking about a fun film. Well, I think we are done with this craft. So should we name these? Maybe we'll name these Fiona and Bibi, just like the Cincinnati Zoo did. So for Fiona, Bibi, and me, thanks so much for joining me. Thanks so much for kidding around with me. I will see you next time.